me kofa nyama wo China e was me ma me supplier $200,000 san hihye no wo de ko bank hu a na bank a transfer sa dollar na yemfa ma
yemfa nhye wunsem
digital dollars yemfa sika dollar na nhye wunsem so what you say ha but you see in Ghana no you can the dollar ba for obi a person onya dollar ni digital no they are just a forex bureau. And the Forex Bureau rate is not the same as the interbank rate because we call it interbank. Forex Bureau is not a bank.
Yeah. The very moment I bet it's a brony bo abasono. Wallahi ta lie. Now you be born. E dey your mind. Na do ya Ghana for say bobo ya aburo yi. Na ya France for Aman Award. Anko Tinubu Nigeria for so mu ngura de na do kra Nyankopon. Tinubu dey aso mu ni se bon sampa ho. Na ya won for Furama na bas asiso. SWA, man, award. As it stands now, you're president by any president. Do you know why? Because the IMF, according to the NPP, for any IMF for deal no go agree on upon no. Actually, say, ye ne ya bon yasa. Ye ni man no to eye. Ano mo ba ye, John ba no mo na kire say, tama ye mfa nipa. Nipa ma ye mfa mo. Baby e say ye tu o makatwa mu. Baby eni kwan say ye tu akatwa mu. Na what is a 2 ministers akatwa mu enka no. But who go to civil servants for Katrimo pay? IMF new issue. IMF na did share was to be able to say bet matria or Musca Yadiano. You bet matriano. Every 3 months, diano, electricity, every utility bill, young to light bill, young to water bill. IMF for the buyer. IMF for the reason why a nurses for that fee, young to me for me. IMF for the reason why I not yet debt in a young to me. Because who is coming? Yes, on to train and teach a quite of a minor. Contractors as Sika yen try IMF neck out be. And say IMF no chance a catch house, I say, as a economy no enquire, and the name man as a quay. Yakubu say, bet you, Sikana Yakubu say, bet you, but IMF on a nature acquaintance for Niskana. On a show say, crime be war, a pokias in Moncoye. Ebi ana kwan anka ohia se obeye Kumasi ne akra David awadam uni mi timi bu man anka oba obeje ibusua wey asem kese asem tintin asem eba frankansi so asem sebe na sebe na si Ghana for say o my confused na asem ni na tintin date na ne say Yakwada ko sori ya IMF say o ma approve 360 million. The last tranche no mo de ma Ghana yenye nemfa mo ye ho bra na ye bo aduma. Nembo no. Boli a o ye deputy managing director de ma IMF o Ghana ha say Bank of Ghana for Montomo Boase. Montomo Boase we de we am regulate cedi no to the dollar no. Montomo Boase an hwe ade ni ya. Ohun nsemeba. Now we know this also say asemo a friend is saying Forex Bureau no ye nhusu ye sa asset transparency nim ndi also no mo hwe ho ye na man for say akwa ye ndi ase ya ye confused the same IMF for ya omo mo bo aye na bibie ekoyi now on the 14th of January 2025 omo ga che Ghana for say there nanadu ja yesi hono na bibie ekoyi kama but Ghana for say nana say bibie ekoyi according to IMF adena na ye mfili na fu obo wosoro na cedi no to dollar no 16 cedis ekoya kodu 17 cedis odi dollar no odi cedi ni kwa to ade wo China a friends in India, United States of America, Germany edi aba marry mu ya bo no kakraka sika na sika bebrebe na say we ko and the bag of police fie and you send sika kakra bi ba sika gare etimi to cement to nya to iron rods ni na bibia e kama ada na satan ye bre enne ye momu anne ye sefo eswate enne ye se dollar no cedi ni bobo no left right center in the net cedi to dollar ratio near 10 cedis 30%. And they Ghana for say naturally they can feel in the market say enne ma swate into one ham. And then IMF for mo say Bank of Ghana montom boase. The way amoso ye niam ye ntiase. We naked truth our old burger trends make sure say oversubscribe like it. Na share. Na for comment no to comment section na say IMF say Ghana for yentu eboase. Bank of Ghana for ntu omoboase. Intervention na omode mama Cedi no appreciate no omunye careful. Ana manfo busa say I am pass Bank of Ghana no inflate figures ana because some few months back yenya NPP infoni bia amuga say ye manipulate figures na the Ghana for ye hu no artificial omo say go pimo forex bureau for no ho FS for no omudua no omudi enko ana so die enko ko Bank of Ghana Bank of Ghana exchange rate no eno nam 10 pesos ba ko abontin so kwakoto dollar no da so nam 12 cedis ebi ton 11 point something internet is 12 cedis anesa nti omubusa say Bank of Ghana for no conjure magic bia na ayampa possible say betima conjure magic and e kai say under the NPP there was some kind of magic be created in best 1 week bi then there best about 2 weeks na dollar no kwa na from sa e ko best 12 internet is about back but we no anything for so timakutema remember say John Dramani Mahama e ka say onim say Ghana for no be say omunya na nka dollar na ya ba beduru best 4 cedis and 5 cedis but according to the president of the land John Dramani Mahama got no MYA Ghana with the 24-hour economy our land is here no ebe depend on exports Ghana be exporting more in the exporting more there meaning that say you see no a bit weaker and a bit stronger so that be ye na ye importing ba no bonu nkoso bebre na ye na ye exporting kono so no bonu any form bebre maye so that be ye ton ye benya sika ye benya mfaso especially because of baby Cedi no ni dollar na so gina ninti no ene gold board for the over 2.7 billion dollar edi kan dia breye afi o masa ko ton 50 tons of gold then another dollar will be pumped into the system aside that cocoa board for so edi 1.8 billion edi abreye because of baby currently Cedi no ejina at the same time Ghana your debt was actually 115 million because of the way our Cedi is was appreciating no. And your mama said the strength of the Cedi in between 10 to 12. Ho and more copy agena. And you any phone in the idea or winning the mobile or mocha. Almost any and the vigina. Now when I say we be a semi manka. Obaga say mankano kure or say ampanya power dear to manipulation the timikoso. Or say gold board for who say smugglers in your marriage or major smuggle. Into Omekoswa smuggle or your marriage and look. I say she Bank of Ghana. You know, Edingo say, Mobet Math Titinia Masu Akradia May. Said a bear more smuggle gold, no more cocrana, and yet profitable enough for them. Intino, a babua my yang, your mokiam. Yes, I knew ya near the back to the rate. Almost Bank of Ghana for the Gangas look. Yang Bank of Ghana, the yen profit venture, yen profit me every year. Yet you say, my economy no I stronger. It is a more person we had a good book for Quanda home because one gold in Chica Modibi and one Bank of Ghana for the boy Hobra. I'm a Ghana economy agent. Jomotias here. But Omuyan for just 2 weeks to pay after 2 weeks, and I'm echo back to Batan. If you mind you now say I am passing it to me manipulating the 2 weeks a year. Now say still now the team holding the dollar to that 10.30 about 10.30 close to a month and all that the traders, the like of Guba, any Faba for food and beverages union, you for Omunina, the normal can say, look, and yes, Cedi na appreciating the dollar na depreciating no. One thing penny a pay, can it be consistent? No better man maintain a fact. Some of say after some years, I money we no man you. Indeed, the baby Cedi dollar in general for now, and artificial. Natural. Ibinom
say there is a controversy about exchange rates now. Gold board.
Yes.
At the because at some point near 12.5, which was black market, and overnight it came to 10.3.
Yes.
So there were some concerns. And no, Yachirimu say the ideal thing government is striving for is interbank. Okay. Which currently is 10.3 to the dollar, 10.3 cedis to the dollar. But because Adebia akwansidie challenges woman. We are having challenges. Who the gold ball ne buy interbanga, not smugglers ako. No more tono at black market. Not Ghana in your gold. No more munya gold, no more smuggle. Into Tolebia sometimes gold board bit me increase exchange rate, which is not the best because Bank of Ghana is exposed to potential losses on the forex trading side, which is not the best. But sometimes you have to choose between profit and forex, and Bank of Ghana will tell you that they are not a profit-making institution. Theirs is to survey the economy. So sometimes they can allow you do that, but I don't say you must make it the norm. And we had brought the price from when I took over gold board 22nd January this year. Now gold the tono black market 16 cities, and I made a buy interbank together with my team at gold board. Yeah, did any bejina interbank for 2 months, and I sense who hoarding, smuggling, internal sabotage, and then we had to go back to smuggling. You can say in black market price, so that it doesn't make sense for the smuggler to buy, and then you outprice them and take the gold. Okay, because gold but if you're keeping the gold, the price can go up, and sometimes you can be lucky by the time you sell na price na day with hedging policies. If you get it right, you can mitigate losses. And we did that for 2 weeks in July, but in June, when we said no more, we are coming back to interbank. That was the reason why we came back to interbank. So what must be the norm is the interbank rate as a conversion rate. And in a coin was because of the challenges we're getting in the market.
Now, Sami Africa says we be in your semi de baby as kese. Ampanyampa Professor Godfred Bumpkin as a dame for Ghana for every admin call. I or say the way Bank of Ghana for no near Mabino to honor or to grow on your perfect understandings are. And the IMF for no can move boy. Professor Godfred, as the IMF for
to a large extent, your proposition says quite well. But on a broader scale and for more sustainability, one would associate more with the IMF, and I'll give you a couple of reasons.
Please do.
One of the important functions of the market is what we call price discovery. So, and that comes about when you allow the forces of demand and supply from demand side, from supply side to arrive at a price that will be reflective of what the true dynamics of the market is, if we are talking about the price. But where you have a situation where, as it currently stands, the central bank being a regulator is also a dominant player in the market. So Bank of Ghana has, to a large extent, upper hand in terms of control of FX and how that FX is spilled over onto the market. So to that extent, the price signaling effect will come more from the central bank rather than the market playing its discovery role. And that is what we are seeing here. Now, when you have that situation, Bank of Ghana may have their reason. It may benefit us temporarily and all of that. But when you have that situation, market participants may have the impression that the true rate is not really the official rate, which is influenced to a large extent by the central bank. They wouldn't want to transact with that particular rate. Now, if you look at what is happening right now, if you pick the rate at the bank level, if you want to sell USD dollars at the bank level, you are likely to get it at maybe probably 10.1 or so. Some are even doing 9.8 or so. However, if you look at the other layers of the market, the Forex Bureau, I don't want to even talk about the black market now, but I will eventually end there. If you look at the Forex Bureau, the price differential is working up to almost 20%. In some instances, the data we looked at, we're looking at close to 25%. Now, if you compare that to black market, you are getting close to 35%. So what that means is that you are operating a system where there are multiple rates.
Now, we na Ghana for say, bay. IMF way. Say, unyama say no money due because omo de omo busuya. Into omo de say de bi anka on to ya obeto na basa. Na de bia no omo de busuya taatao. Enti ubetwa kasa untwa wie. Enti de bia no onkwa hye nsem. O life hye nsem. As it stands now, you're president by any president. Do you know why? Because the IMF, according to the NPP, for any IMF for deal no go agree on upon no. Actually say ye na yabon yasa. Ye nim man no toto eye. Ano mo bae, John bae no mo na kire say tama yemfa nipa. Nipa ma yemfa omo. Baby e say ye tu o makatwam. Baby eni kwan say ye tu akatwam. Na ote say ye 2 ministers akatwam enka no. But who go to civil servants for akatwam pe IMF new issue. IMF na di chese was to be able say betimatuya omusika ya de no. Ye betimatuya no. Every 3 months dia no electricity friends utility bill. Yen to light bill, yen to water bill. IMF for na de buy. IMF for the reason why nurses for that fee yen timi mfa omo ye. IMF for was the reason why na ye debt ni na yen timi ntua. Because who sika ben yes on to yen tie kire kwan be so bu man no. Contractors sika yen twa ye IMF na ka ubi. Enti se IMF no cha se catch ra was say as economy no enkoye edi ye niam na de se koye. Na de se bibia ye fine bibia ye de. But se IMF cha se obo abaso go kai. And Professor Atamius Oje Mudima John Dramani Mahama from that 2012-2016. John Dramani Mahama dey go pay mo IMF. Same program now dey go pay no NPP for Lambasto mu dio matam say economy mu nim hwe. Mu nim so hwan ka IMF no mu dey ko e. Sam grofo ya o ma be kire ye left right center you twe kai. Emoye. Ampani ampa amoye. Hey, and your omuma conditions upon conditions. Say you fulfill answer. You fulfill you sika e ma ye no. Ye ko bobusu e betua e busuya. Sika na ya ko bobusu e betua o. But I'm a fan na chire kwa emfa so ni sika no. On na chire say kwan bi wo pokua se monkoye. Ebia na kwan anka wo hia se obeye kumase ni akra o debi. Obodam. Uni mi utimi bu man anka obeje busuya. Enti IMF for chire sa. NPP kaseti ya mo bae. Omo dia kwa koduru IMF. IMF na so na se chire de enye. Enti John Dramani Mahama and the NDC as omunya niama so much in line with the IMF for pay. Because as it stands now, Senanka omu meet all the conditions anka IMF for the last $360 million in more. But the more. Meaning that the conditions are agreed upon. No? The NDC government is fulfilling that. And you know that's what this can name. Now, why is the IMF? Why are they concerned about the YCD? Say appreciating. Whether it is artificial or natural. Look, after COVID, the United States of America printed over trillions of dollars. A pumping economy. According to some of the economic experts in the United States of America, admitted said that even destroyed our economy. But there was no warning from IMF. And United States of America is owing IMF over 15 trillion. Ghana had say last bad you come over 2.3 billion. And it's in total from the NPP time base NDC time. Yeah, Jeffrey IMF for. Yeah, this way as it stands now, the United States of America is owing IMF over 15 trillion. Meanwhile, they did the worst part. IMF and question when a man for say na IMF muka say one modia. IMF muka say one modia. Muka say institution no sorry ya na buy. You were big men in suit phobia. Omo na decide how IMF form for some loan. Instructions among former countries, you know, especially say developing countries like Africa, where the white say they don't respect us. They think we are some puppet that they can control. And to say that omo toys here omo control there. Ono as a managing director nka ono say ne hwan ekasa kire entire sovereign country like Ghana. I want the president the Bank of Ghana, the Bank of Ghana. Who governor mu nka opposition is small. Na IMF deputy managing director. Ono anya vem. Ka kire momo Ghana for say Bank of Ghana for momo munya we so monto mo wase. What the interventions on modema currency no. He has that audacity because one only say IMF abu ebusia. And the people in black now here can want them no. Some people believe say the Jewish and they have been the one controlling the United States of America for so long. And then the United States of America for ankasa mudia tum say if we talk about United States of America, they are being controlled by these Jewish. And these are the people who owns that big institutions now yekuna bibiki to be any the America call ne IMF amaya grants yefan go see way school way or amaya grants yefan go see hospital IMF so sekai ayeda hoyi on channel for free as na IMF this ka be for free no only in returns the obeje free won time enti ene say IMF ka tire Ghana for say manage economy ni ye even though ene ye chase ya bonten so Oldboga ye sia bonten so busa Ghana for hey akumase for say ene market good omu ye okay Accra for say market good omu ye okay Tejima for say market good omu ye okay Sudan for say market good omu ye okay Tamale for say market good omu ye okay Takura di ko si ko forubia omu na say market good omu ye okay. But according to IMF now no onti man bi no the Bank of Ghana here no so no ompe ono ntiase eni kwan say ne saa enti Bank of Ghana nto ne boase oh the way we see no because we gain strength no say artificial say natural IMF boli yes real ye penesa ye payad yes ah the first say ebebo amafu obu akofom eye dollar yi I depreciate ya see appreciate over the dollar no and automatically come back for be catch say e be affect for ne yet ye for so on the 9th time because of Cedi appreciation Cedi appreciation tin na dadifo okopiem electronic shops are omu na tete omo niam so and na emo 5 kg e bi ton 50 cedis ni 80 cedis ni 90 cedis depending on first the previous price na bi ton 150 120 100 and na yetete so and na sa 5 kg na shem back 5 ya tetu say asampo na bi ton 250 300 cedis but gone with the days and na ton 700 800 900 and this we consumer Ghana ni eti anwa boaso ye ti first fish boaso Ghana ni pe o and this IMF won pay ye wasem man enye ne wo dia ye mpanifo na mo ye nipa bonefo adwem bone na hye o mutiri mu mananka mayanka ye wo gold wo oil koko wo timba saman no enka ye nkobusuabo na ya ye se ko je 2.3 billion for IMF gold board for ebaye no nahi omo the 2.7 billion brain in the first 3 months na gold board abre 2.7 billion indeed tell me why and how such a country ekwakobo busuya if IMF now yeah just 4 months and cocoa board am I 1.8 billion in just 4 months and the country me the entire yakobo busuya 2.3 billion am I IMF na edit kwan invest mu ye man oh mpenif mu ya bro sa dwena ya zangofo no eba be ye kire ra mu nya obia no obo nipa na okasa na onya obia o okwa IMF no ye kire mu ni sa agora o no bet the entire country na ye wa defo sikafo wo mu no ayabu yi ni na no ko we the oga kire ye kire amanti ne Ghana ni bia ahonho no e pa etse pompo no all because ye ntia say we can't think far in muskana mo de man in trenches no 360 niamo 360 say ya ne de ama ya meanwhile gold board utinu nanu ya itimi ma 2.7 billion cocoa board o ene any for the cocoa board buy ene rolling stand in na cocoa board in 4 months pay ma 1.8 billion the terminate here I am 360 million no so much needed sikei modia na ma chama huna modi mona mo guess na mo yere no mabushafo maso nya kugu abruchire in fact kana mo de mam no mo sadi na sa kwa abruchire ho atoto afia kese sisi ho toto ho ka sa gu fie nim abra mu nti na motia mo mako school big schools wa United States of America asika fobra mango mo mako a ho no moko politicians omo no man timi nko bi mo ma no ho no moko ana mo enjoy ne o 720th girlfriend kra no e wo ka e wo fie ya bie supermarket bia ma no anase ya bie san one shop bia ma no ye sika na mode bo chaskele ye sika na mode wro man pieto na IMF for na benya semhuni se aka kire deputy managing director keke wa be ya bo ye ko say Bank of Ghana for trouble with intervention nonsense that same intervention na aman ne Ghana liberty masere edinani no unti entwem mo yare me say Ghana for mamu hono mpai se pompo wate mo relax say me fika kire o say de wo ye ne nya kai say de wo ye ne say Kai Thomas Sankara ne quote no quote here no or see the day you hear a white man praising me, remember that's the day I betrayed Africa. That's the day I betrayed my country. Because the very moment I bet it's a brony bo abasono. Wallahi talai. Now you be born. That's your mind. Na do ya Ghana for say bobo ya brohi. Na ya France for Aman Award. Uncle Martin Tinobu Nigeria for so mo ngwa de another cry nyankopon. Tinobu ni de aso mu ni se bo nsampa ho. Na ya won for Aman Abbas asiso. SKYROCKETING man award. Watara ya oti Cote d'Ivoire ya ono asese constitution ya ono di favor no ho no yatino ya man award awo France ya be mo award se udi woman na bro Colombia Cameroon wa asese na papa no watena gunya so ego 70 years ona so tiso oye den unti se obi akasa friend say National of Togo, the same thing. Was sana. Want to say IMF, want to say United States of America, or one can answer. But the only time we say, hey, you are being autocratic, you are being there and there, you are infringing on people's rights. And we are looking for so for Beji, every benefit no more trimodine or my man boy for them. Satan no muhu say, where the end, and you can say, Conessa, but obese. Law no what na so a yen kan chance what na so a chim muntwa me fo no mawate Bank of Ghana ye pani say ya mamon sanda monto so say since Ghana for mamu approval no mo you okay you are good to go muntwa me fo no say no mawate lawyer appear kubi parliamentarian at the same time oka omo ye freedom fighters Edema NPP. Abra na Ken Ofori ata the then finance minister. Now almost say papa na hon fa no nji nana adanko akofo ado papa wo fa se ne de ase nkoyi yinu fira kunya so. Oka 90 MPs na omko ye no ho. Na the same person and na ye lawyer Edema chama wuntumi. Ono kura so na declare Brian a champion. Say what declare intention say opeso contest as a flag bearer edima NPP papa no say twe kai ono wan kakura na nkoboa o say omajo Mahama pruse o salatunu omo 21 gun salute na NPP ni na ebo NDC president abasui o say na reason very simple o say emprempre nei IMF for kan kwasasem no mo yenfi omo o say na we Ghana ni na kwa exchange currency a twe kai sika na odi kono fala fofofo no wa kwa $10 bebre no de abafi o say NPP vo ye tetu ye ntimi anye o ye no say na enye we na ye promise say e ba be ye enti ye kofa eho economic messiah kofa eho e friend say kan oforiata o say senkana na do pam kan oforiata e bi kwan ke wini election enti say NDC betima ye nko ade a ono de on kan say on kan ho binti chinchina atwan enti NDC inside mine na mo mefa nye ni onye ni pabonefo the intention is very clear Ghana first into the Ghana first the NDC good work omo maintaining sustaining dollar na say see the say the omo ye no omo pe when you Eugene Boachi de ni Eugene Boachi de o ka kire say man be ko ye pa ma enti NDC atoa so aye adi man so twe a ono ne mpa ya oda obon mpa ya ba akopɛ se Ghana ne be collapse and the NDC na ya to abade am the NPP enti se ne emra so se say NDC enem ko ye ne ya but lawyer pia could be say I'm a fokan o man kan ono de John Dramani Mahama ne NDC for ne yade enne we Ghana ni no go san currency a so ate enti se want to say na se ebe kwa ko see the last consumer so e Ghana na so no ato na onim be bia me fo ni free onim de yijimbo atimu free ono de wo kan na se NDC for ponto aso aduma pa de ofu dua pa na epia no de mu ye no oye ti monto aso mamo ende nti we de lawyer appear could be say jm to aso di we ni se mo kan e na dan foni no so no appear could be say ono de we no nonsense man on be ye na debi NDC is doing a good work the IMF becoming in fee the Yujimbo becoming in fee and for full support and for the NDC ni John Dramani Mahama no mo cause maintain you see the say ya na kan for that there we deal ma bro papa the reason why the actual matter this way papa we know so go who kan for that how United States of America better na ba because we na hi keke ono na lead this delegation 19 MPs no e mo go ono na lead here we say ono dey on pen asem da the way ni say my lawyer appear could be so they are supporting the Bank of Ghana, the NDC, and then the John Dramani Mahama, the president of the land, say, "Ma IMF and Samuel Omunyo Madia because the Moyan Ghana for pay on Zope." And you know, Maxi Billian, show you naked to the old Boga trends, making sure say over subscribe, over like it. Now watch it for comments to comment section. I say, "Hey, IMF said the Ghana for and Omonto Mbuasi na Mutidi no improvement too much." Jomonto Mbuase Bank of Ghana for anye stadia Omontia say because Ghana is the no Montia say you appreciate this now Sami Jamfi say there was a 2 weeks manipulation omotimi manipulate here to get smugglers now most smuggle you good and they call India and China and other countries no metimi stop you but for now the gold board at a new tax force and they make sure say we obi a smuggle good I bet you John Dramani Mahama so announce say we obi na hu so obi smuggle good and no answer for akire ko de no catch gold board for tax force one o ka kire omo a sika ya beji bia no wo mu 10% say na say ye chi omo a say 30 million Ghana cedis agi wo mu 10% awurani akopon ye adam go ko PSB de ka me di konkonsa mara fekeke na say we ase wa bra wa sesa na we no bi say oh you say more 10% na nipa na ache nka so so 20%. We identify comment section na say Ghana yanto asunya ne saa ye maintain ye Cedi appreciation na me yentie IMF anase yentie IMF na ye de omope emfa mo fa to comment section na say makraw bye bye.